Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. We are Poe on the Call. I am Chris Rivers.
And I am Mandy Mac.
Yeah, and we are here today talking about how to choose your first pair of heels.
Yes, right. Because let's say you want to take some sexy classes and you want to be taller.
Yes, you got to work your way to that height. I mean, no, some people have experience with those heels, I guess.
Right. I think it just depends on like how strong your leggies are and how mobile your ankles are. Um, yeah.
If you're not used to heels, you should definitely start with maybe a kitten heel or 3 inch or 4 inch.
Yes. Right. Yeah. Definitely start in a smaller heel. And I always recommend to start in a boot, especially if you've never danced in heels before. Um, because you'll get more ankle support and you'll feel safer and you will feel have more fun.
Yes, I think the first pair I bought were 4 inches from Amazon. Amazon has a lot of good small ones. And they not, I
Yeah,
don't
my
know if
first one was a sorry, what were you saying?
they were like ankle boots. I don't know. I don't know if they were boots, but they weren't like the anklets.
Oh, like the little like the booty style.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, mine were 3 inch sandals. They were yellow and glittery. That's why I got them.
Too funny. I got mine. They were cheap and all black and kind of high, but not too high.
No, those were my very first pole dancing heels when I was in the studio.
Yeah.
But we were talking about our very first heels when we were in the club. And mine were the regular. I don't even know if I they were short platforms. They were not tall. They must have been about a three, but I had the clear ones.
I wore sneakers in the club at the strip club. I'm
Right.
the guy.
Right. At first I started wearing because I had a lot of feet issues, so I was wearing platforms, just like regular platforms to begin with. But then I found the sandals were fine. And then I wore boots. I had a pair of the sticky ones, the white ones, and the black ones. But yeah, they were really short. They weren't like giant platforms. Yeah.
I definitely recommend starting with small ones if you're not used to heels. And if you are used to heels, maybe go one size up, but not too much.
Yes. Right. And in the studio, after I got those 3 inch little yellow babies, the next one I got a pair of 6 inch platform, the leather black boots. And those were my absolute favorite. And I thrashed those to the ground. But
Too
yeah, the
fun.
6 inch.
The 6 inch. I don't know if the red and black ones I got for when I started at the studio are 6 or 7,
Uh,
maybe 7, but yeah, I jumped significantly. But I had to practice with things at home, like cleaning my house and walking around and everything.
right? Yeah. Right. It's so scary when you first put them on. It's very powerful to feel taller, but also like, what's going on?
Very
But
hard.
yeah, that's a good idea to practice with them at home. Not on a rug, probably, but on a flat surface.
Yes, now I feel the taller ones are kind of easier than the smaller ones.
Hmm. Yeah, I actually agree. After I got the 6 inch platform, I then moved to 8 inch platform, and that's where I live. I never tried a 7, and I've tried 9 a few times, and it was not for me.
Too funny. Yeah, I'm at 7, I think, and I like it. I haven't tried an 8, maybe someday.
Oh yeah, yeah, 8 is where I live. Um,
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try 9 again, but it was just too much of like I just felt too wobbly.
They're gnarly, so definitely don't start at a 9 if it's your first pair.
No, and if you get anything above like I think 9 and above, it comes with a warning and it tells you not to dance in them.
So, how to choose your first pair? Make sure they have some ankle support to start off with before going to the sexy little clear ones. uh,
Yeah.
and then practice with them, always practice.
Yeah, and as far as like the fit, um some people like them really, really tight. It depends on the style too. I for the sandal, I always order like a size down so it's nice and fit onto my foot. And for the boot, I order a size up just so I can put a sock in there and be comfortable when my foot starts to sweat inside of the boot.
I still haven't tried the sandal version yet, but one day.
Oh yeah. Right. And that's the thing about the sandals too. They have to be secure to your foot. So no space between the ankle or the foot where it wraps around. Just because if you do a step, or like let's say it's really sweaty too, like sometimes in the summer I'll step right out of my sandal. It's really dangerous. So you have to make sure they're really secure.
Oh my.
I know.
I feel like I'll break my ankles.
No, no, you'll be fine. Just wear a pair of bees knees knee pads.
Yes, I gotta get me a pair.
In case you crash, you're gonna be fine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You can get your knees, bees knees, knee pads with the link. Ooh, excuse me. Get your bees knees, knee pads with the link in the comments.
Oh my gosh, are you okay over there?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Allergic to space.
Yeah. Or
For
the
those of
dogs
us just
often.
listening, Chris's background is space today.
So I think we opened this up to Instagram. Excuse me. To see what other people say for picking their first heels. We and if we have some, we're gonna show up here.
Right, I wanted to show some of my heels. If I may. So I'll describe these as much as I can too for our podcast listeners. Um, but this is like my first pair, but like very small. Like, like that's a 3 inch. This is an 8 inch platform, but I really like the plastic ones and the plastic thing that goes around your foot and it holds you in really tight. But this is a 8 inch platform. Um, Maybe you would start in this, but I really always tell students to start in a boot as they attack me. So this is the style of boot. They also have like the shiny ones, and those can help you stick to the pole. But this is the matte black one. It's nice and smooth, so like for floor work. And this is the 8 inch platform, but you should start with like a smaller, like a 3 inch or a 6 inch. And I have the open toe because my feet like to sweat a lot. So my toes will always be like growing in size and pushing against the inside of the boot. So they need an escape. So I like the open toe, but probably not the best if you're doing kicks and landing on your toe. Um, right? There's so many different styles. That's why we're doing this episode because it's like, what do I get? What do you want to do on a pole? So if you like to do floor work, probably a boot that you can slip and slide on. We also have tiny ones. Like I'm able to do floor work in these. I've never really got stuck on the floor, but these are really good for if you want to do up the pole tricks. But do know that you'll get stuck. These are the shiny ones. I have a a lilac colored 8-inch platform here. But again, you want to start 3-inch, and they have all of these, I think, in the 3-inch and all the different colors. But yeah, again with the open toe. But feel free to try your own style. What do you like,
That's
Chris?
really awesome for sticking to the pole.
Yeah. Do you like the open toe or the closed toe?
Um, I've never tried the open toe. I do the closed toe, and I think I'll stay. I think I prefer the closed toe because I like a lot of that crazy stuff, and I probably slam the hell out of my toes.
Right. There's only been one time where I like accidentally smashed a little bit too hard in a freestyle.
I
Right,
have
the
a pair,
closed toe.
another pair of heels. You shouldn't do these.
Oh yeah.
Fucking gorgeous, and they're great for photo shoots, but not for dancing. And it's because this ankle support right here.
Uh,
Your heel fits right out of it, but I wish I could.
but that's the style that I started with at the club because I
Really?
like, yeah, because I like to slip them off and put them back on.
I
But that
can't
was
like
before I learned any tricks. I wasn't even doing anything on the pole, so.
I can't like do anything with them. Like even some low flow stuff, like they slip off. I'm like, come on now.
Oh. Um,
So
and
get
they,
that ankle support, ankle support, ankle support. It is so important, especially because they're so high. Like protect yourself. Um, and I was heavier when I started, and that ankle support can work wonders, especially if you're getting used to it. Um,
yeah,
oh my goodness, yeah,
right.
that's
And like we said, the
the one.
like the best way to practice is to like walk around in the shoes, but also like train your feet when they're not in the shoes. Like make sure your toes remember how to spread out and like do heel raises. And remember that all of those muscles from your foot go all the way up your leg and all the way up to your hip and your glutes and your abs. Like they just all like it's not just your ankle or your calf.
It's some practice going up and getting up and down.
Yeah,
You will enjoy it.
yeah,
You're crazy.
yeah. So I guess I mean, that's all my advice. Your first, and there's so many different
Yeah.
brands. I always go with the pleasers. That's my tried and true. I tried the Hella Heels and I didn't really like them. Um, I found out my foot was not narrow enough for
Yeah.
the shoe. Yeah.
You definitely want to do your research, because some brands are not, like you said, not forgiving with our wide feet.
Yeah. Right. My foot likes to sweat a lot, so it just like expands like a pad.
Yeah. So, like Mändy said, different materials will help with different things. That shiny pleather leather material helps with sticking to the pole, but then you have beautiful suede heels, which you will slide down.
Yeah. And then there's another style. I love how one just like fell. This other style is the glitter heel. And these are from Natalia Nightshade. These are the ones that she special made for my competition. They have beautiful glitter all over them. Um, but unfortunately, because of the glitter, it doesn't really help you stick to the pole. Yeah, it's just different. All the shoes are made of all different materials. You just have to
They
try,
have fun with them and try not to
right?
get an addiction.
Right. Try not as I sit in between all of my shoes. Yeah, we
Yes.
were talking today too about those the glitter boots and how heavy they are. They're at least like a pound heavier than the other boots I found.
OMG, probably because layers of paint, glitter, and the stuff to make sure the glitter doesn't fall off.
Right? It's just so many things to think about when you're buying your shoes. That's why it's overwhelming. At our studio we have like a clothing swap area, which also you can put your shoes in there. So if you have some like gently used shoes, you can put them there, and then other dancers can try them out or
There'd be
take
some
them.
beautiful stuff, but none that at me.
Right? There was one, these if they stay there for a long time, I take them because one day I'm going to make an art thing out of them when I have time.
Too funny. I can't wait to see that art do it.
Right? I don't have any ideas about it yet, but I know it'll come.
So recap of choosing your first pair, ankle support, ankle support. Start low. Don't you want to walk before you run? So practice in them. Um, and be mindful of what you're working on because certain heels benefit you depending on what you're doing. I think those are some important takeaways, more takeaways than we anticipated.
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect. That was a perfect summary.
Too funny. Because we go on tangents, so sometimes I'm like, let's summarize and recap for
Yeah. No, that was really excellent because I definitely I was about to go grab some more shoes.
You're too funny. I have like a suede pair that like they're gorgeous, but these are the type that oh shoot, I disappeared. They um they don't help you stick on the pole, not at all.
But those look really beautiful. Yeah.
They are nice. And these, I don't know, I think these are one of my smallest heels.
Uh, oh yeah, I wanted to mention too the those matte black ones. They they're good for floor work and like they're kind of slippery on the pole, but eventually like they start sticking. I don't understand. I've been able to climb pretty well with the matte black boots and
They
my
get
thigh
broken.
high. Yeah, my thigh high matte black boots. I can do leg hooks on them and feel just fine. So
They're
yeah,
broken in. That material has been frictionized.
yeah,
Let me stop.
yeah, it's frictionized. Yeah. Yeah, and like I guess yeah, there's shoes for every style, everything
Every
you're
person,
yeah, and everything you're working for. So
it's people who make custom made stuff. Just got to do the research. We've interviewed people on Natalia Nightshade, Hoodlum Fang. Who else makes heels? I think that's it, right?
yeah, so far, yeah. There's probably more. But yeah, there's so many ways you can express yourself through your footwear.
Yes.
Yeah, and also don't feel pressured that you have to wear a heel too. Like,
Oh, yes. I think we should mention they can be pricey. Um, so be aware. Pleasers, I'd probably say is one of the cheaper options, but they also get pricey. So be prepared to drop at least 40, 50, 60 to 100, $200 even.
yeah, but they do
Um,
last quite a while, and you can put covers on them.
yes.
Um,
If you're starting off with small heels, I recommend getting some beaters from Amazon.
yes, yeah, but always make sure they're safe. Yeah, I guess over time, like I always say, they start to like talk. Like
Yes.
this little lip comes off the rubber underneath the base of the shoe. And I always just super glue it back together and then I get some more wear out of it. But then what else happens is like the sides will start to come out. This one's not a good example, but the plastic will start to come off the sides and I think I don't know how to fix that. But occasionally like the heel thing will stub off and you'll have to glue that back on. What other
Yeah.
things happen to your shoes?
Um, I mean, the ankle ones, like, be prepared to see rips or like pieces like with the leather ripped off and
Right? Sometimes like pieces of your shoe will be everywhere.
yes.
Or they'll leave like circle marks all over the floor.
Mhm. Or black scuff marks.
Yeah.
Sometimes even glitter.
Oh yeah, glitter everywhere. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Get those heels or don't.
Yeah. Be mindful when you pick them. Not all heels are equal or the same or will work for you.
Yeah. And take care of your feet. Remember that if you smush your feet in a heel for multiple hours during the day, you need to stretch them out and make sure that the blood is flowing back into your foot.
Yes,
Um,
no bunions for
yeah, bunions suck.
us. Too funny, they do.
Yeah.
So this is our episode on how to choose your first pair of heels.
Yay.
And for the ones that responses we got, we're probably going to make short recordings and share those.
Yes. Yeah, share your very first pair of heels with us, whether it's a video or a picture, or
Question on the stories.
you send them to me so I can turn them into an art.
Too funny.
Well, thank you so much for listening to or watching this episode of Pull on the Call podcast. My name is Mandy Mack.
And I am Chris Rivers. And we are, oh, no
I don't
heels for
know.
me.
No heels
Um,
for me. I'm
we
doing
are
sock aesthetic. Ooh.